My whole thing is, one thing I hear a lot of the times when it comes to anybody in real estate is, I don't have the money or the credit or the time or the intellectual property. And I said, oh, okay, no problem. I have the money, have the credit, have the relationships. I'll teach you how to locate a good deal, right? Buy below wholesale.
I love that.
And once I teach you that, right, I'll bring me the deal. I help you underwrite the deal, which is fine. I'll even fund the transaction for you as well. So there's no excuses on the table at all. That's why we call that the cash flow club, period. So what happens is, people always ask me all the time, Dale, can you train me? Well, I don't have the time to do that. But what if I set up a platform for it to where you get on-demand training? Anytime you want to, because the training you may need may be after you get off work, early in the morning, during the day. You just log into your account and get the same training as if I'm sitting there one-on-one. We're talking about our attorneys, our general contractors, our appraisers, as well as me, talking about how to structure your business, how to put together what they call a power team. A power team is very important. How to put a deal together, right, and buy it at the right price point. How to market. That's one technique that people don't understand. That you can actually get a list of properties that from your city for free.
Whoa. So walk me through that. Like, you can physically get buildings or homes or properties available for free? Yeah,
I'll send you guys the bill in the mail. It's real simple. What you can do is you can actually call down to your city and ask for the violations division. What happens is you say, hey, I want to see what homes in our city actually have violations. What are violations? High grass, no paint, vacant. You have boards on there. Those are actually violations that the city, or citation that the city has actually levied against that property. They'll give you that list for free. It may be a little bit of a fee, maybe $100.
Sure.
But it is what it is. Then what you do is you actually you can contact those sellers of those properties one-on-one.
Wow, and that's how you make your money. That's one way. That's one way.
If you'd like to learn how successful real estate investors make money when they acquire real estate and not when they sell it, click on the link below, swipe up, DM me the word to real estate to download our free ebook, Distressed Property Investing. The blueprint is in the ebook. Stay blessed. I'll let your partner and download the ebook today.
Okay. Sir, there's a GC right there, Cliff.
Go. It's piers. They got concrete piers and wood piers.
Yes, sir.
Checklist. Check out the checklist. We got it for everything we need.
Yes, sir.
Right, you forget some things sometimes. So this is going to outline, make sure you hit every single thing. What's the foundation, plumbing, electric, painting, flooring, everything. So you don't miss anything.
Okay.
You want to make sure you get all your checks.
Okay. I want to introduce you guys to Cliff Hunter. Cliff is a world-renowned flipper. He actually flips. He's also a GC as well. He's a good contractor. When it comes to all of our renovations, all over the nation, you'll talk to this guy right here.
And I ordered to make. Stood in the mirror like mama, I made it. Proceeded to brushing the teeth in the sink. Caught me a grill and I'm so melanated. I polished the chain, I ain't gold in the link. And I got me a baby who gave me some babies. I'm raising a lady and building a king. Too cold. You too busy running with another man lane, I guess. Yeah, too bold. I be running, I ain't gotta ride on the wave when the ocean is his. Close with the kid with a
What's good, baby? It's your boy Dale. I'm back in the saddle again. Our motto is to buy, build. We already bought it already, so we already own it, free and clear. Refinance to long-term debt, cash flow. That is the motto. Cliff, man, is that a pretty strong motto, man? What do you think?
Man, the model is strong. Like, you're getting each piece of the invest, right? What do y'all? Show partner Dale back in the saddle again for another edition of the Investor's Edge, formerly known as Real Estate Friday Live. It's gonna be your partner today, man. Cliff is at a wedding, man. He's in wedding season, man. He getting in with some family and friends, guys. It was really good, man. Be praying for him, man. That he's turning up really good, man. If you could, guys, do us a quick favor, like, share, and subscribe, guys. And if there's a little bit of a bell on the platform that you send your partner on, do me a quick favor, guys, and if you could do me a quick favor and click on that bell. We kind of go from there. 1 sec here, guys. It's my partner. 1 sec here. Oh, a podcast. Let's say, come on. Okay, 1 sec, guys. Give me 45 minutes. All right, got you. I got you. All right, guys. Let's go and get into it, guys, real quickly. We're going to get in and get out, man, which is going to be good. We have a really good show for you guys today, man. Let me go put the music on for folk in the back row, baby. We got a good one for you guys. Here we go, guys. Man, today's topics is really good. 3 things we're talking about. Man, Fannie Mae warns of mass bankruptcies. Get this, in the apartment complex arena. What you say, Chuck? Yes, sir. Number 2, Zillow says there's a housing U-turn and it's not for the good. Okay. Oh my God. And number 3, we're gonna talk about traditional financing versus creative financing. What's the best strategy to use as an investor in today's market? We're gonna talk about all that today. So get your pens and pads out for this one, guys. Write it down, because the strategy I'm gonna give you guys on that Protect the Bag series, got that segment right there, is gonna change your life. Okay, and I'm saying that for real, because it realistically is, guys. We are now, guys, live on Instagram. What's up, baby? It's your partner. We in this thing, baby. Share the live if you don't mind. If you don't mind, big dog, here's what it is. Now, here we go. Let's dive into this real quickly. The first topic we're gonna look at, guys, is, man, Fannie Mae warns of apartment financial stress. And I have to say that is correct, because I've gotten a number of apartment complexes and commercial buildings that are needing takeout, because those adjustable rate mortgages that they got in 2020, which were 5-year balloons, they're due. they're due. And they got it at a 2 or 3% interest rate at the time frame, and it was adjustable. Now it's adjusted up to a 6.5%, 7%, and sometimes 8% rate, guys. Man, Fannie Mae's apartment are warning, and we're gonna explain everything. Let's bring in our partners from Reventure app, guys, to dive into it real quickly. This right here, guys, is going to be an interesting explanation, because I'm just getting deals in this area, guys. So let's dive into this real quickly here. And I think you guys are going to really like what's going on. Let's get it in, guys. Here we go.
The biggest apartment downturn in U.S. history is happening right now, and it's causing a local housing market crash across many cities in America. These rents for apartments are falling and falling like a rock. And the result is cheaper prices for local renters and buyers, but also landlords going into default. According to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, the default rate on multifamily mortgages has now hit its highest level since 2009, 2010. Quite literally, this is a crash playing out in the U.S. apartment market. And this is also spilling over into the residential housing market in these cities as well. And when you look at the skyline here, you can see the problem, everyone. All of these new apartment buildings, either under construction or recently built, that are sitting heavily vacant. Particularly this apartment right behind me. This building is giving 3 months free rent with a minimum 12-month lease, everyone. 3 months free rent is a 25% rent discount. And what these landlords do to try to kind of hide the downturn is they don't cut the rent outright in a lot of cases. Instead, they give these massive concessions. And that's what that 3 months free is. Apartment concessions are now at their highest level since 2010. This is a tall one. They're also giving 3 months free rent here. This building is at least 2, probably 3 years old. Still giving 3 months free, despite it being 3 years old. Now, I originally worked in the apartment space back in the day when I cut my teeth in real estate. I worked with several different companies that engaged in providing loans and also developing apartment buildings. And if you had told one of these developers when they built these buildings that 3 years later or 5 years later, the apartment would still be giving away free rent, they would say, no way, not possible.
Wow.
But that's what we're seeing. And why this is actually good news for the housing market overall is because it's going to also lead to cheaper home prices. The more that apartment rents go down and the cheaper apartment rents get, the more it creates general deflation in the U.S. housing market. You can see, according to data from Apartment List, that the number one market with the biggest rent cut is Austin, Texas.
Guys, I told everybody, come close to your partner real fast, y'all, man. I told everybody, watch out for Austin, Texas, because in 2020 to 2023, Austin during the COVID years was severely being overbuilt. And I told everybody, watch out for that, right? Again, just listen to these are facts. These are facts today. Let's get into it.
Austin are down 21% from the middle of 2022 for
Wow,
apartments.
that's crazy.
Rents in Austin are back to where they were before the pandemic. Other markets with huge apartment rent cuts include Fort Myers, Colorado Springs, Northport, Sarasota, Florida, Phoenix, Arizona, San Antonio, Texas, Lakeland, Florida, Raleigh, North Carolina, Denver, Colorado, Orlando, Florida, and Atlanta, Georgia. In all these markets, rents are down double digits on asking rent. You can see also markets like Nashville, Charlotte, and Dallas are down close to 10% on rent. And that doesn't even include the value of the 2-3 months free. So when you include that in the equation, a lot of these apartment markets in the Sun Belt and Mountain West are back to pre-pandemic rents. These rental rates in these markets are falling fast, and it's also causing home prices to fall. Now let's compare that to the map here on Reventure app of where home values are down the most the last 4 years. These areas in blue. You can see it's largely aligned with the areas where rents are down the most. In Austin, rents are down 21%. Home values are down 26%. In Cape Coral, Fort Myers, rents are down 18%. Home values are down close to 18%. And by and large, almost every market with declining apartment rents has declining home values, and vice versa. What a lot of people are missing in this story is that they think it's just supply related. They think that these Sunbelt markets overbuilt, which is true, but it's more about than just overbuilding. It's also related to a lack of demand.
So again, a lack of demand is what you talk about there, guys. The reason why the lack of demand, from the SFO standpoint, is, guys, the rental rates, guys, are kind of crazy right now. And that's pros and cons for that, because in some areas it costs less for you to lease versus buy right now, because the rates are 6.25, 6.5 with A paper. We're talking about 720 plus credit score. That's what's going on here. That's what's really going on here, guys. Literally, what's going on? It's crazy what's going on. It's crazy what's going on, guys. But again, don't panic. Don't panic. This is the apartment complexes. Now, bring me a little closer real fast, guys. Let me go a little bit deeper in this real fast. Guys, I'm as of this week, I've probably gotten four apartment complexes in 2 different states. I believe that I'm looking at right now. And I can probably get them for some type of discount of some sort. Because during the COVID years, a lot of these investors got adjustable rate mortgages at a low interest rate because they were promised by their realtors or somebody saying you can refinance out later. The rates will go down. And that was a bad decision. It was bad, guys. It really was. Now what's happening is you're having a lot of investors are looking to get out because their 5-year balloon or even 7-year balloon is about due. And for me, I smell opportunity. Make sense, guys? So do not panic. Just think about how can I capitalize on this opportunity, guys? And I'm trying to tell you, the best way to do that, guys, is very simple. Is if you have the cash or the credit score, which will give you access to the cash, or if you lack the counsel, joint venture partnerships are great during this time frame. Okay, I'm looking at doing a couple of them right now on some deals, right? All right. So again, let's go back here. This is Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, guys. There they go, guys. Now, let's go to our next topic real quickly, guys. I'm going to get in and I'm going to get out. I'm going to get in and get out. The next topic, guys, is this here. Let's go over to the SFR, single family residences, guys. Zillow, I'm not a big fan of Zillow, but it is what it is. Housing U-turn, why some housing markets are correcting faster, guys. All right. That is a fact. That's happening right now. So let's bring in guys from Revenge App again. These guys are great. This gentleman is great at this information. Follow this young man because what he's talking about is spot on. Sometimes I don't get with him all the time, but most of the time he's spot on. All right, guys, let's get into it. Here we go. Let's get it.
The summer 2026 housing market is over before it even started. New data is showing that home tours are dropping off a cliff, and now I'm finding sellers selling houses at $150,000 to $200,000 losses. They all told you that this was impossible. They all told you that the housing market wouldn't go down, it would go up. Folks, we're seeing this downturn get even worse now in the middle of 2026, and I want to point you to some data to prove that from a company called Showing Time. They're owned by Zillow, and they basically are a software that realtors use to book home tours. You could see in the last month and a half, the home tours are plummeting. They're down by almost a relative 35 to 40%, and you could see way below where they were last year. Fewer people.
This information is accurate, guys, because of the fact that he's getting directly from MLS. He's let you know from Zillow, from Showing Time. It's what realtors use to schedule tours so that they don't have to be there all the time. Very effective software, which is pretty good to leverage time. But this information is spot on, guys. Spot on. Write it down. Let's get it in.
Booking tours to see houses means fewer home sales in the future. Additionally, data on Google Trends is showing fewer people are now searching for homes for sale, and this is all adding up to even more lackluster demand in the housing market. But what's shocking me, everyone, is just how big some of the price cuts I am seeing on the market today are getting. You know, maybe 6 months ago, 12 months ago, I was showing you houses that people were selling at $20,000 losses, $30,000 losses. Now I'm finding houses that people are selling at six-figure losses, as much as a 40% decline. Because folks, here we go, take a look at this. This house is now on the market for $190,000. Wow. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,400 square feet. You can see it was recently flipped. The pictures on the inside actually look pretty nice. Well, a couple years ago, this house sold for $330,000. So that's a $140,000 loss. And you look at the Zillow value estimate, minus 48%. In 2 years. And why I'm showing you examples like this, everyone, is to show you the proof, number one, that the housing market is declining. Some people out there try to tell you there is no downturn and that prices aren't dropping. Very clearly, those are lies. That's not true. You wouldn't have people buying homes for $330,000 and selling them for $190,000 2 years later if there wasn't a downturn. But number two, I also want to warn you all about what can happen if you buy a house that you can't afford at too high a price. Right. You can lose potentially everything. You can lose your entire equity down payment. You can ruin your credit. There's another house I recently found in Texas. This house in Texas was sold as a new build for $388,000 in 2022. It is now on the market for $216,000.
Guys, that's Forney. Forney is near me. All right. Forney is right outside of Mesquite. You have like Mesquite, Seagoville's over there, Forney, and really Seagoville and Forney kind of explode a little bit. So as you can see, this new construction transaction, what's going on, guys, is it is selling for a discount. I told everybody this was coming. We're not done. Let's get into it.
In 2026, that's a 43% decline, a $170,000 drop. So we have here in Atlanta, 48% drop, and then east of Dallas, we have a 43% drop.
So again, those are cats. So again, guys, as you can see from a single-family residence standpoint, as well as from a new construction standpoint, right, an existing one, there is a lot of issues going on right now within the marketplace, right, that has to be ironed out. And if you're a retail buyer, this is a buyer's market. I mean, new construction individuals, they're throwing money out there because, guys, the rates are going up. Let me say it again for the folk in the back row. The rates are going up because the government over the years, this includes Republican ones as well, they have just printed money like drunken sailors. When you print money, right, you have too much currency flowing to too few goods. That's the definition of inflation. Make sense, guys? I hope it does, guys. I hope it does. All right, guys. Now, let's go to our last topic, guys. As you know, guys, I'm a person. I love giving some game, guys, that can help you out in today's market, guys. And so this is our Protect the Bag segment, guys. Here we go. Networking hustle. Okay, this is our Protect the Bag hustle, guys. We're going to compare, right? Traditional financing versus creative financing, right? I get this question a lot. Liddell, should I buy a house right now? Should I buy a house right now? Great question. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in together. We're going to analyze the current market. Now, as you've heard me talk about the rates. The rates are going up. Okay, so the rates are going up. That's difficult to borrow. If you can't afford a payment at this price point, at this interest rate, guys, don't buy the house. So again, we're looking at traditional versus creative finance. All right. So here is a video right now of when it comes to it's too unaffordable to buy a home. So this is coming from News Network, but it's from my partner Anton Daniels. He covers this a lot. He's a real estate guy as well. Let's dive into this real quickly to see what's going down. Let's look at the traditional end right now. All right, traditional end. Here we go. Let's get into it.
As a single person anymore.
Over half of our population is rent burdened. It's setting up a perfect storm in Cleveland.
As households across the country try and grapple with the housing affordability crisis, this should be the place they can come.
You look at the way that prices just keep growing and growing, and you do sit here and wonder, what the hell are we going to be looking at?
Home prices in the Cleveland metro area have surged, up nearly 60% in 6 years. Top 3 in America, 3 years running. The reality is, what may look affordable on the outside, for people who actually live here, it is a significant problem. Rent prices in 2024 were up 10.6% on average.
Wages have not kept pace with the higher rents.
It's a crisis compounding over time and rippling across area codes, visible here in this city, clearer than almost anywhere else.
So again, guys, this here is just talking about how rents are going up, right? And home pricing is going up. Now, the one thing they're going to talk about on this one, guys, is on this video, they're going to really talk about how the Midwest was seen as a kind of a safe haven. In other words, if you want to get your bag right, if you want to, and Anton mentions this in his video, go follow the Millionaire Morning Show by Anton Daniels. Phenomenal context. I was in that context, context as well as content. What people would normally do is they would go to the Midwest to be able to buy a house, same type of house at a lower price point. Get your money up a little bit, get you more financial stable, then you go back out, right? What's happening is you should begin to see, even in the Midwest, you begin to see how price points are still rising in those areas. I'm talking about the Nashville's, Memphis. I don't know why in Memphis, God, because Memphis is a train wreck. I would say, of course, Cleveland, but Cleveland's kind of questionable too. But there's areas in Jackson, Mississippi, Starkville, Mississippi. There's other areas you can buy into, but even those areas is going up. So people either swallowing the pill and say, you know what, I'm going to buy the property, maybe a smaller property, because I got to take on a higher interest rate with the potential in the next 3 to 5 years, refinance to a lower term note, right? Then you can lease that property out, right? Gotcha. And then what happens is when you lease a property, you go out and buy something new. All right, that's really kind of the play that people are looking at right now. But as you can see in the traditional arena, higher rents, higher rates, which means stagnated market. This is the reason why it's a buyer's market. If you're looking to buy new construction, guys, they are throwing money at you. I said this before, I'm saying it again. My aunt, a couple months ago, bought a property, new construction, H-Time, right? I mean, it's Houston, guys. And they got in that boy for 100% financing, y'all. New construct, a killer deal. Blessed. So again, and they can afford the payment. They can afford it, right? That's what they can do. It's called wise. Now let's dive into, now we kind of see what's going on with the traditional, which means higher rent rates, higher interest rates, which makes it difficult for people to buy, money to flow throughout the market, which means it could lead to a stagnated market. That's normal. Now, let's bring in the creative side, because now we're going to compare, right? This is who I consider, guys, I'm pretty good, but this guy, in my opinion, is the GOAT when it comes to creative financing. I have never met anyone better than this cat, man. I said it humbly. This cat is Pace Morby. He is on one of my favorite guys' shows, Eric Worre's show. Watch what he says about creative financing, right? All Pace does is Pace does not use bank financing to buy homes. He buys every property creative financing. Notice how many units he owns. Okay, let's get to it. Here we go.
I haven't dealt with a bank one time on any
Not one time.
7,000 properties.
I have done 7,000 transactions. I have 2,000 doors in my portfolio.
That right there. 7,000 transactions, that's a lot. I've done a lot. Not that much. Okay, full transparency, right? I've done a lot, not that much. 7,000 transactions, 2,000 units or doors. No bank financing. He didn't pay cash for them. Nope, not at all. Let's keep going.
The other 5,000 transactions, a lot of times I will find a deal where I'm taking over somebody's mortgage. I go, I don't want this house anymore. And I'll assign it to one of my students for 10 grand and I'll take a $10,000 finder's fee.
Right.
So yeah, never used a bank, never walked into a bank, never applied for a loan. Right now, we have a deal where we're refinancing a deal that we bought on seller finance 5 years ago. And the seller asked us, hey, I'll give you a 5-year balloon. I want you to refinance me in 5 years. Mm-hmm. I go to the bank to refi, and the bank is like, you don't have any loans in your name. You need a cosigner. Somebody with $500 million in real estate in their name, and 350 million of that is debt. I cannot go get a loan right now from a traditional institution because I don't have the track history to go get a loan.
That's hilarious.
It's crazy.
I haven't dealt with a bank.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? $500 million in real estate he owns, which has $350 million in debt. And the debt is not in his name. Didn't have to go to a bank to borrow the cash to go buy. Not at all. Done 7,000 transactions, and 2,000 he actually owns, and there he is. I know you heard he can't get a traditional mortgage, and that's fine. I don't know that at all. The question you should be asking is, how the hell did this cat get 2,000 doors? Glad you asked, guys. Let's go back to my man Pace Morby, them guys real fast. Man, Pace them real fast. This is him again. And he's on the show with another one of the GOATs, Grant Cardone, right? I called him Uncle G, baby, Uncle G. He is on Grant's show, and Grant, who owns $5 billion plus in apartment complex assets, right? Paying him millions upon millions of dollars. Grant did not know what credit financing was. Grant is a very sophisticated investor. So is Pace. Me too. But Grant had no clue what creative financing was. None. I watched the entire show. Let's see. Let's get into it. Here we go.
Beachfront property in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Took over a 2% mortgage. No credit check. No credentials. Nobody asked for my tax returns. Nobody looks for my bank statements. No, nothing. Literally nothing is being asked of me. Nothing. Okay? All I'm doing is and there's two sweet spots to get these deals. Foreclosures and expired listings.
Yes.
Okay, how many expired listings are happening right now where sellers are going to agents and going to sell my house?
Yeah.
And the buyer can't buy the
Get
house
there. Yeah.
because they're getting 8% interest.
Yeah.
So what happens is after 6 months of the agent not being able to sell, my team calls and goes, "Hey, can we just take over the payments on this house?"
Yeah. Then why wait? Why wait until then? Why wait till it's? I mean, you got plenty of room to keep the broker in.
Man, we could talk about this for hours. It's great.
Yeah. I want to figure out how to do 300 or 400 of these deals.
I'll show you how to do this. This is easy.
I can do these deals endless.
Imagine never having to get a credit check. Imagine never having to go to a bank. Imagine never having to worry about credentials or any of that stuff.
Bro. Again, guys, this is real. How do I know it's real? Full disclosure, guys. At one point, guys, I was known as the subject to creative financing king of Dallas. Yo, pot. People were using all my contracts and my agreements. And they talk bad about me behind my back while using my agreements. I bought millions of dollars worth of real estate, creative financing. Yes, sir. I'm looking at buying a couple that way now. This is real. So, to answer the question, guys, creative financing versus traditional financing. Creative financing is very simple. It is you listening to the problems of said seller, right? And then prescribing the right solution that may not need for you to go to the bank and borrow the debt. You have two different distress situations. You have a distressed property situation, which is like a burned down property, vacant home, high grass, busted windows, bad roof, bad paint job. You can see that it is neglected. It's a distressed property. It's one distressed situation. Then you have what they call a distressed seller situation. Newsflash. A distressed seller situation is more prominent than a distressed property situation. I said it. That is correct. Why? Because a lot of people in 2020 got adjustable rate mortgages. Some got fixed, but a lot got adjustable rate mortgages. They're about to adjust up now. They're waiting from 3, 5, 7, 10, right? The 5 and 7 ones are kind of in the conundrum right now. That's a distressed property situation, distressed seller situation, right? That's distressed seller. Now, also long days on market, distressed seller, vacant property, distressed seller. And you'll be alarmed at how many properties that I've seen in affluent areas that actually have the grass cut, the trees cut, and they're sitting vacant. You'll be surprised. I was driving, guys, full disclosure, driving in a place in Dallas called Highland Park. Highland Park is in the top 5 wealthiest areas in the United States. Okay? Highland Park. Dirk Nowitzki lives in the Highland Park area. Preston Hollow. Mark Cuban's in that area. Jerry Jones, they're in that area. Now, it's a pretty nice size area, right? They live in a more exclusive area. But guys, I've driven in those areas. I can tell you this right now. There are a lot of mansions that are sitting vacant. Yes. A ton. Because you understand that there's 4 million homes in the U.S. that are actually vacant. 4 million. We don't have a building issue. We have a investor issue when it comes to creativity. Right? We have an intellect problem when it comes to investing in real estate. That's all this is. If you combine new construction with homes that are vacant right now, you solve the problem. The home supply problem, easy work. The problem is interest rates. We got a question on Instagram. It says, "Hey, Liddell, recommendations for where to get my real estate license. Thoughts on?" I think it says ART. Well, it depends on what you want the license for. A lot of people believe that you need a real estate license to invest in real estate. That's actually incorrect. Now, if you're wanting a real estate license, sure. I mean, I think you're asking for the marketplace. Where are you living in right now? Just the big city. What's the nearest big city that you live in? So I can give you the proper information on that, because that's kind of a broad question. I want to make sure that I really pinpoint what you're really asking, so I can give you some value here. But you don't need a license to invest in real estate. Now, does it benefit you to have a real estate license? Sure it does. Sure does. You could be under a broker. You get access to MLS as a realtor. You can get pocket listings. You can do a variety of things, right? You sure can. Question, he says, commercial real estate, interning with my cousin. So Alexis, okay. So your question is around commercial real estate. You're Salt Lake City. I think Salt Lake City may have some opportunities there. Really look at areas, if you want to look at areas outside of Utah, Tennessee, Nashville, Memphis, Detroit, because you have a commercial license. I'm pretty sure Salt Lake City actually has some pretty good opportunities, specifically in the apartment arena. I would look at the apartment arena, because a lot of apartment owners right now got adjustable rate mortgages with a 3, 5, 7, 10-year balloon, and those balloons are due to get refinanced out right now. Look at that area. Commercial buildings, depending on what they are kind of not doing well unless you have it 60% occupied. It can with the right strategy. If I owned and I did own a commercial building with a partner of mine in North Carolina years ago. If I own a commercial building right now and I had tenants there, content is king. What I would do is I would actually have a office suite just for content. A podcasting area, a whole sound crew. I'd make that a part of their lease if they want to. That's what I would do. So to answer your question of Salt Lake City, if you want to look at commercial buildings, look at commercial buildings and give counsel to either people that want to buy those commercial buildings or sell, right, to increase the valuation by just making areas for podcasting. Just take a suite and turn it into a podcasting area. That's it. That's all I would do. Sure would. And I say, hey, this bank, this law firm, this construction company, hey, you guys want to use our podcasting area? And come up with a revenue stream, right, for podcasting. It could be a content situation. Man, you kill the game. I hope I answered your question. Will, hope I did. That's what I have for today, guys. In my opinion, creative financing right now is the best way for you to begin to invest in real estate. It is the best way and the less barrier way for you to begin to acquire real estate. Listen to what Pace said. You can actually acquire real estate with no credit check, right? But I have to go through any bank, right? But you say take it on someone's mortgage. Think about it. If you took over a mortgage of an SFR, single family residence, right, and they have 2% interest rate, fixed. You turn around and you lease it out. And now I'm giving you game. Write it down. I'm giving you game. You structure a lease to own or lease purchase scenario. Structured the correct way depending on the state. You make it a 36-month term, right? You may have to auto renew it every 12 months, right? Depending on the state. And each year they don't refinance you out, the price one goes up 5%. Write it down. And at the end of the 36-month time frame or 24-month, whatever you work out with the person, they refinance you out, great. You made your money. You made your money on the deposit, which is down payment, which is the deposit. It's all yours, right? The cash flow, because remember, you're paying 2%. The debt service is 2%. You collected well over that, right? That, and then, of course, you get the takeout on the refi. You do that, or if they cannot refinance you out because of life rates, just turn it into the seller financing the mortgage. You come to the bank for them and then sell the note. Oh, what you say, Dale? Yeah. At the end of the term, turn it into a seller finance note. And then you sell your note. So you have 36 months of seasoning. Then what LTV can you actually get that done? 90+%. That's higher than 75% a refi, right? Yep. About 15% more plus. You just reinverted a flip, but make significant more money on the cash flow and the active income. You're welcome. In my opinion, lease to own, lease purchase is the new pathway to home ownership. This is my opinion. Okay, you may disagree. Great, no problem. My opinion, lease purchase or lease to owns, that is, in my opinion, the new pathway to home ownership. So guys, I hope this helped you out today, guys. Real quick, if you're on Instagram, guys, if you want to download my free book at all, and here in a second, guys, you'll get it on the other platforms, guys. There's a actual link on Instagram, guys. Click on the link below, guys. Go download the free ebook. It's a free ebook on how to acquire distressed properties. Right, here we go. Acquire distressed properties. It's free in your city, county, or state. And it's a free ebook, 100% free. Don't want nothing from you. Just want to give you information. Go scan out the QR code. Click on the link below in the show notes, guys, and go get it. Real simple, guys. All right. Well, guys, man, thank you so much for your time. I hope I added some value to you guys. Oh, real quick before we get off, we are about to launch, guys, our Accountable Podcast interview series. I'm calling it the Whiteboard Series, right? And we're going to invite on a political leader, a business leader, real estate leader, industry leader of some sort, right? And we're going to know who they are, where they came from, and we're going to write down the formula, how they went from X to Y, right? How they came to success. Here's a little bit of a sneak peek of what we're going to talk about. Here we go. One of the many questions that I receive is, Liddell, how do I get into those rooms? Well, this interview series is just for you. So welcome to the room.
We on now. They respect us cause we on now. Money up, run a whole town, don't we? This power money can't slow down. Money won't slow down.
Guys, that's the Accountable Podcast, the interview series, guys. Man, hey, man, do me a favor, guys. Go and do me a favor, guys. And that's going to be really, really, really fun, guys. It realistically is. So that's all I have for today, guys. Oh, and one last thing, guys. If you are needing real estate, as far as when it comes to appraisal counsel, guys, hey, guys, Cliff Hunter is a licensed appraiser, commercial and residential. Guys, to actually have someone that can do that, guys, it's something, guys, that's not known to have access to an appraiser. If you want to counsel on appraising at all, go to hunterappraisal.com. Get into it right there, guys. All right, guys. But guys, I got to go. Have a great weekend, man. Go love on your boo and your family, man. Go kick it in real fast, man. Hey, and go get that back. We know how to leave it each and every time, guys. Before you leave, you see that thing? Take that picture for your mama and them. and holla at your partner. God bless you guys. See you guys next Thursday on the Kind of Move podcast. All right, y'all. Peace. What's good, guys? It's your partner Dale here, man. Hey, I always say that when it comes to real estate, I think this is the best time. The next 3 to 5 years is the best time, in my opinion, to begin to invest in real estate. Whether you are a seasoned investor or a novice investor, this is the best time, in my opinion, to invest in real estate. Now, why would I say that? It's very simple. Whenever there is some stagnation within the real estate industry, that's the best time to get deals, right? Deals are what attract the capital, right? A good deal will always attract good capital. Now, what's a good deal? Well, I like buying distressed properties below wholesale. The skill to buying right is learning how to locate distressed properties in your city, county, or state. Now, the good thing about it is we are giving away a free ebook called Distressed Property Investing. We talk about different ways of locating distressed properties in your city, county, state, what to look for, who to call, things of that nature. It is free. Once you master this type of skill of locating distressed properties, you'll never be broke ever again, because good deals attract the right capital. All right, guys? So to get the free ebook, click on the link below, scan on the QR code here on the screen, or you can DM us the word real estate and my team will get you out this free ebook. Again, it's completely free. Just want to get you this information so you can begin to get the bag while buying real estate. Stay blessed and holla at you.
Bill Gates once said, banking is necessary, banks are not. To what extent could AI or fintech replace traditional banks?
I think, first of all, I remember him saying banks are dinosaurs. I spoke to him about it in 1997, and he was dead wrong. He'd probably agree to that. But he's not wrong. The technology changes everything. And if anyone is complacent or arrogant or think that because you have a big position today, you can have a big position tomorrow, that's a mistake. But then you have to define, what is banking? Someone's going to have to hold the money. Someone's going to have to move the money. Someone's going to have to raise the money. Someone's going to have to do research, around money. Those services will still be around. And, hopefully we're doing it and using a lot of tech to do a better job at it. But I've always thought it's very possible that some tech thing, disintermediates a piece of that. And I've been writing about, big tech going to our business. We got fintech, but we also have big tech, and they will embed payment systems in there. I'm not against that. I would be against unfair use of their position to dominate us in a business.
That was the chairman and CEO of JP Morgan Chase, Jamie Dimon, talking about how banking is changing, and it's kind of a small threat to the brick and mortar banks. Banking is becoming digital, and you can see how he is responding. Now, it's kind of like the banking industry is deregulating. That term is not new. It's very common. Now, whenever there's a deregulation or a change in something, opportunity actually happens. I'll give you an example. The average American swipes their debit or credit card or uses their phone 30 times a month. Now, what if you actually making a nickel per swipe as the average American goes about their day? Now multiply that total times 10 people, 20, 100, 1,000 people. You're getting paid per swipe. That's just one banking service. This is called banking as a service. And it's taking up a lot of steam. It's becoming very popular. If you want more information about digital banking or banking as a service and how you can potentially benefit from this type of deregulation, click on the link below or comment the word banking and I'll see you the information. You are one decision away from changing the entire trajectory of your life. Stay blessed and holla at your partner.
Okay, so you did fixes and flips first, or were they? Now it sounds like you're more buying whole. Okay, so you're wholesaling first. Okay,
because I was broke. I had no credit, I had no money, so I had to get some money coming in. So I learned how to do wholesale.
And you were doing wholesaling at the good time too. 2000. When it wasn't so saturated. There was.
I kind of saw the debacle coming. Okay, it didn't make any sense. I was like, wait a minute, how can you lend out to retail buyers 99.7%?
Yeah,
just a little bit of a down tick. It's insolvent.
And you got to remember, in some states, because I lived in Florida at the time, you could have loan to value above 100% of your property.
Right.
The first property that I bought, it was 110%. We left the bank with like $30,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was amazing to me. I was like, why am I not doing this all the time? But then clearly 08, 09 let me know why people shouldn't have been doing that all the time.
08, 09, that's why I made that lion's share of my money.
Wow.
People
Okay.
were actually running from the cows. I was running to it.
Of course.
Because I saw it was coming.
Okay.
A lot of my business colleagues back then were buying flippers.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was wise for me to share 50% of my profit with Uncle Sam. He didn't do no work.
Okay.
So why would I give him free money?
Of course.
Okay, how can I make sure I'm still legal, but keep the lion's share of the cash flow?
Of course.
So I began studying the tax code with my accountants and CPAs, and I said, okay, I'm going to buy a whole lot of properties. Now watch this. I actually buy a lot of properties. I take home money when I actually acquire it. Every single time.
Okay, you need to break that down just a little bit.
If you'd like to learn how successful real estate investors make money when they acquire real estate and not when they sell it, click on the link below, swipe up, DM me the word to real estate to download our free ebook, Distressed Property Investing. The blueprint is in the ebook. Stay blessed. I'll let your partner and download the ebook today.
Bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Bless God.